Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
The round gets burned!
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes Zwack.
A punch from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins an Auto Club.
Oh, can you share your thing? The first round of the playoffs has concluded, and now the 12 who have survived to make it to the next round begin their first challenge of 3 here in the round of 12. Good evening, everybody, and welcome from the virtual Kansas Speedway. It is the Overtake iRacing League Xfinity Series playoffs live here on Vspeed. The first 3 races of the playoffs are done. Time to start the second round. Up here in the booth tonight, I will be your host, Alex Gagnon. Alongside me, it'll be producer Christian Hill, showing you all the camera shots you get to see on screen here tonight. And I think we're in for a good one. Kansas Speedway, especially on iRacing, always tends to put on a great show. And when you combine that with the racecraft that we've seen so far this year from the OiL Xfinity Series, I think the two of those are going to combine really well, and we're going to get treated to an absolute blast of a playoff race here tonight. Taking a look at our points standings coming into the round of 12. Those names in gold, those who have advanced to the second round. Jim Ott, Travis Bieber, Blake Hensley, and Brett Bieber, 13th through 16th. Those drivers did not qualify their way out of the round of 16. They were eliminated following last week's race at the Chicago Street Course. But for those who remain, guys like Michael Kostick and Alex Penn sit with a healthy margin over the rest of the playoff field, trying to advance their way ever so closer to the inaugural OiL Xfinity Series Championship. While guys like Matt Grenier, Cody Anderson, Drew Prohl, and Craig Schroeder have a little bit more work to do there in the back of the field. After the next 3 races, they will remove once again the bottom 4 of those 12 from the standings. It is Kansas, Darlington, and Texas who will decide which 8 of these 12 drivers would move on to the next round. But our opening round, it wasn't necessarily the playoff drivers' time. We saw a lot of success from our non-playoff drivers. They were the ones who ended up taking home most of the wins. in the opening round. While Alex Penn did win the race at Chicago last week, the other two wins came from Lucas Lyons and Dustin Reinstedel, two non-playoff drivers who won Pocono and Talladega respectively. So the non-playoff drivers just as much, if not more of a factor sometimes in these races than our playoff drivers. So sometimes it's not even about going out there and getting the win. You got to keep getting those points necessary to survive and advance. But let's take a look tonight at our venue. These drivers will be doing battle here at Kansas Speedway, opened June 1st of 2001. This 1.5 mile D-oval has 17-degree banking in the turns, 10-degree banking down that down the start-finish line on the front straightaway. It's a pretty fast track. You need to have only a little bit of brake, but you can really maintain your speed well here. You got multiple grooves. You can run that high or low lane, and it'll move as the day goes on. So I think we're going to see a lot of really good action at the front of the field because it's really nice to get alongside someone, but it gets really tricky to actually clear them. You see the sun just there behind that scoring pylon. That will definitely dictate the weather that we're going to see out there tonight. As you see, air temp only 72 degrees. The track temp still a pretty toasty 93 degrees. But once that sun tucks down behind the stands here at Kansas, that track temperature is going to go down in a hurry, which will really change the handling of these cars as the race goes on. Tires are going to get really warm really early, and then, you're going to be kind of skating around on ice by the time this one's said and done. Taking a look tonight at our race analysis. 120 laps tonight is the distance. 180 miles, how far they'll need to travel to pick up the victory here tonight. Pit road speed, 45 miles an hour. Not the hardest pit road to get on, not the easiest either. So you'll notice a big change there, trying to drop down from about 140, 150 in the corners down to 45 to get onto the start, or down to pit road, of which you'll have 4 sets of tires not actively on the car at the moment. We'll have an infinite number of green-white checkered attempts should we need them. We haven't needed too many this year, but it is good to know, just in case we do have them, that we definitely will have a race that will end under racing conditions. And we have one stage here tonight, stage set for lap 40 of this 120-lap race. So after the opening third of the race, those stage points being awarded to the top 10 finishers, with an extra bit of playoff points going to the stage winner. And of course, as always, the iRacing fixed setup, the choice for all the drivers here tonight. Looking at qualifying here, just about concluded. We'll take you to our opening grid in just a second here. In the meantime, who are some drivers to watch tonight? I think about drivers who have had success on 1.5 miles this year, and my eyes immediately go to drivers such as Daniel Cunningham, who won at Nashville. A driver like him, he knows how to get it done on the track of this size. Andy Kurtz, who won at Gateway, he's another one who could be dangerous here tonight. And then, of course, Michael Kostick and Alex Penn, both 3-time winners this season. They definitely are going to be dangerous and ones to watch here tonight. Could Alex Penn go back-to-back wins, not only get his 4th win of the season, but also his first oval win of the year? His 3 wins have come on the road courses. Looking at tonight's starting grid for the OiL Xfinity race from Kansas Speedway. Lucas Lyons, the winner from Pocono 3 weeks ago. He'll put it up on pole with a 30.423. And that number 48 Chevy Camaro to his outside, the 114 of Travis Beaver. The 31 of Blake Hensley, 30.530 out there in 3rd. Cody Anderson 4th in that 42 machine. Row 3, it's the 94 of Bobby Hall Jr. and the 15 of Matt Grenier. Row 4, Drew Prohl in that number 80, Justin Ray in the 38 to his outside. Alex Penn, last week's winner, rolling off 9th alongside Andy Kurtz in the 5. Daniel Cunningham rolls off 11th in the 08. The 8 to his outside there, and Michael Kostick rolling off 12th. 13th tonight, it's the winner from Talladega 2 weeks ago, Dustin Reinsettle in the 11 Toyota Supra. Craig Schroeder to his outside, looking to try and make some ground up in these playoff standings. He comes into tonight, scored in the 12th spot. Wes Wiegand rolling off 15th in the 88. Tom Hall rolling off 16th in the 93. Tony Iverson rolling off 17th there in the 24. To his outside, it's Michael Cole in the 67. And rolling off tonight in 19th and the final car on the grid, it is the 32 of Brett Bieber. So, 19 cars ready to do battle here tonight from the virtual Kansas Speedway. 12 drivers still in the playoff hunt, looking for that inaugural Xfinity Series championship here. Lucas Lyons, Travis Bieber, though, going to be the ones leading them up front. Then you got Hensley and Cody Anderson behind them. Pace car making his way through turns 3 and turn 4, about to peel off to get the second round of the playoffs underway. Here the pace car comes down pit road. Cars stacking up, they're ready to go. They'll hit the restart zone, and we are racing from Kansas Speedway. That's the first lap down. Good work there from the 48 of Lucas Lyons. He'll hold on to the lead early. Just behind him, though, Cody Anderson having a bit of trouble on that outside lane. He's got a lot of traffic stacking up behind him. The 30 of Alex Penn looking to his inside. Matt Grenier stuck in the middle of a 3-wide situation off the 2. He'll eventually find his spot here behind the 5 of Andy Kurtz. Schroeder behind him. Grenier settling into 8th. He'll get around the 30 of Penn with a good run off of 4. Closing in on the back bumper of Anderson. Does he make his move? Yes, he does. But up at the front of the field, Blake Hensley is closing in on Lucas Lyons. You got Travis Bieber just behind him as well. The 31 has cleared the 114. And this 3-car breakaway has put up a ton of distance over Bobby Hall in 4th and the rest of the field. You can see how big the gap is after just 2 laps. Now make it 3. So these 3 cars off and running. No one in the same zip code as them after only 4.5 miles of racing. Lucas Lyons has cleared the outside car of Travis Bieber. Bieber falling back behind Hensley here. But these 3 cars kind of still staying within the same group of each other. The 114 with a pretty good run off of 4. Might take a peek to the inside there of Hensley. Nothing going that time around, though. 31 got a pretty good exit as well. They will settle in. We've now reached that point. You got a couple laps to kind of get the car to settle in under you. And this is where you really just have to focus on hitting your marks, going after it, and trying to get any sort of positions you can. A lot of shuffling just behind these 2 cars. Andy Kurtz has found his way up in the 4th. Matt Grenier now up into 5th behind them. That was a big change there. Bobby Hall down to 7th. As we've got maybe another battle for the lead here. Hensley on the back bumper of Lyons. Maybe going to look to the outside here in turn 1. Bieber right there with him as well. The 31 of Hensley up on that outside lane. Going to try and roll the outside corner. Yes, he will. Side by side with the 48 here for the lead. Hensley up high. Lyons down low running the apron. The pole sitters led the opening 6 laps here, but he is under attack from the 31 of Hensley, who will lead this lap New leader here at Kansas, it's the 31 of Blake Hensley. But he is not clear yet. Here comes Lyons back to the inside. Roaring off of turn 2. They remain door to door. Lyons lost out a little bit, though. Didn't get the exit he wanted. Now here comes Travis Bieber diving to the inside. He's going to look to try and battle for the lead. Not a whole lot of room for Travis Bieber to operate, but he snuck it on through to get a run to the inside of Hensley. Didn't work that time around, but he's now taken away second spot from Lyons, and he's looking for more. Hensley running that middle groove. Bieber and Lyons gunning down low. Andy Kurtz starting to make some forward headway as well. He's cut 7/10 off his gap to the leader over the past 2 laps. It's the 31 coming down to try and block the run from Bieber here. The 114 got a really good run off of turn 4. He's going to close that gap up and dive into turn 1. He's going to maybe look for the lead here on the inside. He's got a nose toward the corner. Can he keep the throttle in it off corner exit? Not enough. He's going to slide back in behind the 31 of Hensley. Now they're both up high. Travis Bieber not afraid to explore every lane, every option here in the early going, looking for the lead. All the way up to the wall now is the 114. Hensley electing to run that middle lane. That Chevy Camaro pulls right up to the back bumper of the Supra. Now looking to the inside here. A great run off of turn 2 from Bieber. He's going to look to the inside. He's fully clear as the 31 washes up the track. New leader here at Kansas. It's the 114 of Travis Bieber, who has pulled away from Blake Hensley, and the two of them have really got some distance from Lucas Lyons, who might fall prey here to Andy Kurtz in a minute. You can see everyone kind of starting to string out just a little bit. It's been quite the start here for both of the Biebers. Travis Bieber leading now. Brett Bieber, who qualified 19th, still in 19th as they run. Lyons, though, got a good run off of 4. He's going to close in a little bit to the back bumper of Blake Hensley. 48 cut out about 2 car lengths on the front straightaway. Only 1 car length now, the gap. Lyons going to try and send it way up high on the 31. There wasn't a whole lot of room there at first, but he made it work. Drives right around him on the outside, and Lucas Lyons now up to second. Power move there from the 48, just keeping his foot on the throttle, and that car had enough rotation where he was able to make that corner with relative ease. Andy Kurtz chopping another half second off the gap. You can see him looming in the back of the picture here. He was 2.4 seconds back about 5 laps ago. On board here with the 31, who's gone from first to third over about the past 4 laps. And looking up toward the front, Lucas Lyons has got a run on Travis Bieber. He is closed into with a car length of the leader here. These 3 continuing to try and battle for this lead. They all have taken their fair crack at it. Lucas Lyons, the pole sitter, trying to make his way back into P1 here. Great run down the front straightaway. Looking to the inside here is Lyons. He will dive it in there on the 114. He's almost clear. Will he try and slide up? No, he won't. He knew he wasn't going to be fully clear. They'll remain side by side. Good run by the 114 off the corner. The 48, though, able to really dive it in there that time. Will he try the slide job now? And up the track he goes. He will take that position away. Lucas Lyons back to the point here on lap 14. Now make it 15. 15 laps in the book, or 14 laps in the book here from Kansas Speedway. Already 4 different lead changes. It's been quite the battling up front here. There's a lot of action going all throughout the field, but the action up front's been so good, it's been hard to pull away. So Lucas Lyons now might be the dominant car. He's got about a 4/10 gap over Brett Bieber. And it's about that gap everywhere in the top 4 cars here, about, a third to half a second from first to second, from second to third, and from third to fourth. while we might have a second, might be worth jumping back a little deeper in the field to the battle for 6 with the 94 of Bobby Hall and the 56 of Craig Schroeder. They were right on top of each other a moment ago. Now you can see the 56 looming just behind the 94. Just behind them, here comes Tony Iverson as well. This is a bit of a 3-car battle. Right now, the battle for 7th, Schroeder and Iverson. Couple of playoff cars scrapping it out right now inside the top 10. About halfway through the opening stage here at Kansas, the stage break scheduled for lap 40. Iverson got a good run off of 2. He's going to take a peek to the inside here. Going to try and lunge it ahead of the 56. Does he try and slide up the track? He washes up a little bit. Will do the slide job. Take away that spot from Schroeder. Greg Schroeder leans on the back bumper of Iverson, though, through the start-finish line. And might look back to the inside here in 1. Kansas Speedway so good at giving us some multi-lane racing. Gives you the opportunity to get good momentum if you run the high side off the corner. And gives you an opportunity to pull that slide job if you run down low. Making his way through 3 and 4 there. The 56 having an all right day. Currently scored in the 8th position. That is where he finished last week at Chicago. It was his best finish of the 3 races in the first round of the playoffs, but was just enough to move on to the round of 12. And off to a pretty good start here. Another driver who's in need of a good finish tonight is the 80 of Drew Prohl just behind him. It's another driver who comes into tonight in the round of 12, but with no playoff points to add to his total. So every point's going to matter here in the stage break payout. Going to see if we can take a quick jump back up to our leader here in Lucas Lyons. He's got about a 0.3 of a second gap over the 114 of Travis Bieber, apologies. Bieber, fell back to about half a second and then slowly started reeling them in. And here comes Blake Hensley back into the picture as well. So Lyons may have had the upper hand for a few minutes, but now it might be pressure on once again. You see the gap right now about 3-4 car lengths to Travis Bieber, but Blake Hensley on the scene as well, battling for second. Hensley looking to the inside of Bieber here. Rolling that apron to great effect. Cuts right up in front of the 114. What a move by Blake Hensley. Now Travis Bieber going to look back to the inside here. They're door-to-door on the start-finish line. None of these 3 cars have given each other any bit of room out here. And that's the way it should be. It's been clean, but it's been tough. Lyons, Hensley, Bieber, and then Kurtz in the mix as well, but he's about a second back. That momentum he had about 10 laps ago falling off a little bit. Gave him good distance from 5th, but hasn't quite been able to close in to the top 3 cars. We've had a couple of cars make their way down pit road here to try and split the stage in half. Notably, a couple playoff drivers, Michael Kostick, Wes Wiegand, Matt Grenier. Same with Ryan Stedel and Hall. But here comes Craig Schroeder down pit road now. The 56 going to get service done to make it to the end of the opening stage. And Hensley, he's closed up to the outside of the 48. Can the 31 rally his way back to the point after falling all the way back to 3rd a few laps ago? Rolling that outside line, no space between his car and that outside wall. He'll keep the hammer down and goes right past the 48 of Lyons. We've got a new leader once again, the 31 of Blake Hensley, back to the point. Travis Bieber, Lucas Lyons, Blake Hensley putting on a show up front in the opening 24 laps. With 6 cars who have come down pit road so far, you got to wonder if anyone else going to try and pull the trigger on that as well soon. The leader later as well, the 32 of Brett Bieber, 27 seconds behind the leader right now. And laps here at Kansas, the qualifying laps were in the mid-30s. So got to imagine we'll see that 32 on screen sooner rather than later. Won't be a whole lot of lap traffic for the leaders to contend with, but any sort of lap traffic is an opportunity for something to go wrong. After 25 laps, Hensley leads Bieber, leads Kurtz, because we've had another taker down pit road. It is the 48 of Lucas Lyons who's come down pit road at this time. Our pole sitter getting service done, getting back out on track here, trying to stay on the lead lap. Will not do so, but won't be too far from the leaders here to try and rally his way back. Must have been a slow stop for the 56 of Schroeder. He's fallen all the way down to 19th. He's the last car in the field right now, even though he was running inside the top 10 before the pit cycle. You see how much of a difference, though, fresh tires can make. Just drives right up to the back bumper of Daniel Cunningham, and now is going to look to his outside. And just rolls on past him. And every time you see a car on fresh tires out here, when you're a car who has not come down pit road yet, it makes you want to pull the trigger and come down pit road that much more, because mentally it's not great to see all those other cars flying past you that fast. And the 32 goes a lap down as well. Blake Hensley gets on by. Got a decent little battle going on here for 8th. Alex Penn about 2/10 ahead of Cody Anderson right now. That number 42 machine. Going to try and close up to the back of the 30. Running that middle lane. Penn was down low. They're both coming up on the 08 of Cunningham. All those cars are for position, as is Michael Cole back there in 10th. Anderson trying to keep running a lane higher than the 30. Get a little bit more run into the corner, a little less time off the throttle. Seems to be working okay on corner entry. Seems to be costing him a little bit on corner exit. As the 30 now right to the back bumper of the 08. Penn's going to have to try and clear Cunningham in a hurry if he doesn't want Alex Penn to join this battle as well. The 30 of Penn to the inside of Cunningham, taking away that 7th spot. Will he clear him? He will, but here comes Cody Anderson trying to follow him through. Anderson to the inside here on the apron. Cunningham up on the track surface. Anderson will clear, and away they go as Blake Hensley is on pit road. The leader comes down pit road here in the 31 machine, getting service done. Travis Bieber will inherit the lead. And now only 9 cars remain on the lead lap here, as Anderson and Penn battle it out still for 6th. With Hensley pitting, Brett Bieber had retaken the lead. Andy Kurtz now 2nd, Iverson 3rd. All the top 9 cars still need to come down pit road. Eight laps to go here in the opening stage. Anderson, a car length behind Penn. Gonna try and reel him in here off of 4. Nothing going that time by. And Andy Kurtz has taken the lead up front from from Travis Bieber. We've got a new leader here, the 5 of Andy Kurtz. So I believe the 114 has brought it down pit road. The 114 coming to get service done. Andy Kurtz inherits the lead. Bieber rolled off in P2 today. and had been battling with Lucas Lyons and Blake Hensley through the opening 25 laps of this race. Now we're going to get some stoppage in here. Same with Tony Iverson. He'll bring it down pit road as well. Looks like a fuel-only stop here for the 114 to make it to the end. Same with the 24 of Tony Iverson. Taking a look here, seeing some of these cars who are marred back. Still not on the lead lap, like the 8 of Michael Kostick, like the 88 of Wes Wiegand. Andy Kurt's going to bring it down pit road now. Kurt's down pit road, same with the 67 of Michael Cole. Drew Prohl inherits the lead here on lap 35. Now he'll come down pit road accompanied by Justin Ray. Leaving Penn and Anderson, two of the only cars yet to come down pit road. Bit of a tight call there, as I believe Michael Cole was trying to leave pit road as Kostick was getting into his box. Or not, sorry, Kostick. Prohl was trying to get into his box. So fuel only stopped there for the 80, and he'll get back rolling. Alex Penn, our leader here with Cody Anderson, Daniel Cunningham, the only 3 cars yet to have come down pit road. Then it's Grenier, Hensley, Hall, Lyons, Kurtz, Bieber, and Reinstedel. Matt Grenier did a great job on the pit cycle there. Came down a little bit earlier, got some fresh tires on it, worked his way back through the field, and gained a lot of track position in the process. See here, Prohl and Kostick battling 12th. That is a battle for position on track here between the 8 and the 80. Looking up front here, Cody Anderson took the lead temporarily from Alex Penn. Penn, though, looking to battle back to the inside. Both of them, I believe, in very heavy fuel save mode here, trying to make it to the end of the opening stage. Without having to come down pit road, that is. Coming off of turn 4. Will be, I believe, 1 full lap to go left in the opening stage of the race here. Penn, a car length advantage over Cody Anderson. Anderson going to try and look up high. Will he get the run off the corner he needs? He diamonds it off, looks to the inside here of the 30. Can't get the power down, though. Will slide back in behind the 30 of Penn. Penn continuing to just hug that white line at the bottom of the track. Anderson got a great run through the middle of the corner, but it won't translate the corner exit. And Alex Penn will be the leader at lap 40. And when the top 10 cars come around, Alex Penn will win the stage here today. His second straight stage victory, as he also won the stage at the Chicago Street Course. That caution flag now flies, signifying the end of the opening stage of this race. Those are the 10 cars that will get some bonus points here for the stage. Alex Penn, Cody Anderson, Daniel Cunningham, Matt Grenier with some good pet strategy there. Bobby Hall, Blake Hensley, Andy Kurtz, Lucas Lyons, Travis Bieber, and Craig Schroeder. Your top 10 cars who will all get some stage points for this one. 10 lead changes in the opening bit of the race here. A couple of those were because of the green flag pit cycle, but a lot of them were battles on track there between Lucas Lyons, Travis Bieber, and Blake Hensley. Those 3 cars kept swapping the lead back and forth the opening 25 laps of this race. Curious to see if we'll have any takers down pit road outside of Penn and Cunningham and Anderson. The 3 of them, I believe, definitely need to come down pit road for fuel. The rest of them probably will for tires, but we'll see how it goes, I suppose. Everyone making their way on down. The 42 really slow. I wonder if he ran out of fuel on the cooldown lap here. seems to be rolling okay, but the 32 already in his box. Now the leaders going to make their way on down for tires and fuel. Looks like everyone got into their box pretty cleanly. The 32 down and away. But he already was down pit road. Here goes the 56. A great bit of pit strategy there from the 56 of Craig Schroeder. He'll win the race off of pit road ahead of Alex Penn, Daniel Cunningham, Bobby Hall, and Matt Grenier. The 56 of Craig Schroeder gets it done on pit road. And he'll be able to inherit the lead here when we go racing in a couple of laps. All right, folks, we're going to take a super brief commercial break. When we are back, the second half of this race from virtual Kansas Speedway live on Vspeed.
Racing isn't easy.
Welcome back, folks. You can see it on your screen there. Looking off the back of the pace car, Craig Schroeder, with some good pit strategy, has inherited the lead here at Kansas. They'll have Alex Penn to his outside, last week's winner at the Chicago Street Course. And then you've got Daniel Cunningham and Cody Anderson behind them. Good strategy there in the opening stage to try and save as much fuel as possible with the 30, the 08, and the 42. Worked out for him in a big way. Although, sorry, that is the 94 of Bobby Hall that's up in fourth there. But still, for the 30 and the 08, really good pit strategy to get that track position. A great stop from the 56 put him there. So pit crews putting in a lot of work early. Both the crew chiefs and the guys changing the tires and the gas can. Pace car peels off. They've hit the restart zone. We are racing once again at Kansas. A very accordion-heavy restart. Craig Schroeder going to be the benefactor of, as he gets a little bit of a run going into turns 1 and 2. Cunningham and Penn going to battle it out for second. Oh, but the 56 did not get a good corner exit. He's going to be on the bottom of 3 wide for the lead here. Penn on the outside, Cunningham in the middle, Schroeder to the inside. The 56 not getting the power down like he was hoping, and he is getting run over by the field. 3 wide on the front straightaway. Maybe 4 wide for a second there as Lucas Lyons makes his way on through. Now 3 wide still into the corner. 2 rows deep. It's looking like Talladega out here. Bobby Hall trying to hold on to that outside lane. He's got Kostick now to his inside. He had Grenier there a moment ago. Craig Schroeder, that pit strategy does not seem to be working out for him too well. As you got more three-wide action up at the front here. Lucas Lyons to the outside of Cunningham and Penn. They both clear Penn. Hensley going to get right behind the 30 and push. Lyons and Cunningham, though, this battle continues for the lead. Lucas Lyons, I think, is going to win it, though, and will re-inherit the lead here on lap 47. The pole sitter will not be denied. It's his third separate time back to the lead here. Andy Kurtz going to try and take away that position from the 31 of Hensley. Andy will. So your new podium runners as they stand, I believe, are the 48 of Lyons, the 08 of Cunningham, and the 5 of Andy Kurtz. It's been a crazy couple minutes here up after the restart. And it might not be done yet. Look at these top three cars all converging on each other here. Cunningham to the inside of Lyons for the lead. Kurtz trying to add himself to the mix as well. The 48 of Lyons trying to defend from both the 08 and the 5. Just behind them, the 31 and the 114 battle in and out, but here's the battle for second between Kurtz and the 08. Now diving to the inside here, it's Andy Kurtz in the 5. He's looking to the inside of the Lions for the lead. Kurtz has not led yet, except during the green flag pit cycle. He's within a car length of the 48 of Lucas Lyons right now, trying to take this lead away. Down the backstretch they go. Lucas Lyons a car length ahead of Andy Kurtz. They both go high in 3 and 4. The 48 looking through that mirror right now, trying to keep the 5 at bay. Andy Kurtz trying to figure out where he can get that little extra boost to go and take this lead position. 50 laps complete here from Kansas. Up high this time goes the 48. The 5 of Andy Kurtz down low. Once again, they try a different lane, and once again, it does not work for the 5. He continues to be stuck just behind the 48 of Lucas Lyons here. It's about a 1.5 car length gap. He just can't seem to break through right now. And as I say that, maybe now's the time. That gap closes in to nearly nothing. But he doesn't elect to make his move that time by. Instead, they'll both take the high side. And Lions were able to reopen up that lead just a hair. Kurtz trying to drive it in a little deeper into turn 1. Recloses up that gap to the 48. But Lucas Lyons not putting a foot wrong right now. They both go high once again in 3 and 4. That seems to be the preferred lane for the leaders right now. Neither one of them wanting to try and venture down to the low side. Does not seem to be the place to be. But Lucas Lyons now a quarter second the gap back to Andy Kurtz. Kurtz had a couple of chances a few laps ago. Elected not to take it. And now starting to lose the back of the 48 a little bit. Was that the opportunity to try and go and make a move? And now the 5 looks to the inside here in 3 and 4. Kurt's going to try and slide up to the back bumper of the 48, and he will. However, does not get the power down quite the way the 48 does, running that high side, and that gap will reopen. A lot of poking and prodding here from the 5 of Kurtz, but nothing going. As they run right now, Lucas Lyons leads Andy Kurtz, who's just ahead of Daniel Cunningham back there in 3rd. Blake Hensley in fourth, just ahead of Travis Bieber, your top 5 as they run. Dustin Reinstedel, Michael Kostick, Matt Grenier, Wes Wiegand, and Tony Iverson, your top 10. The 56 of Craig Schroeder, who restarted this restart up front, has fallen all the way back to 19th. The pit strategy does not seem to have been the way to go here. The track position, not sustainable. As they run, Lucas Lyons now doing a really good job just staying steady, hitting his marks. He's been running high in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's allowed him to keep the hammer down as much as possible here at Kansas. That 17-degree banking really good when you're up high. You don't have to really get out of the throttle all that much. And that's pretty evident by the fact that a lot of drivers trying that spot. Meanwhile, back there in third, Hensley going to look to try and take away the spot from Cunningham. You can see there the 31 has a nose to the inside corner, and it's going to be door-to-door here going into turn 1. A 31 going to venture down to the low side, one of the few cars willing to do so this stint. But he'll take away that spot from Cunningham. Blake Hensley now moves into the podium position behind Kurtz and Lyons. Here comes Travis Bieber as well, looking to the inside of Cunningham. Travis Bieber looking to the inside of the 08, just behind the 31 here. And he will take away the... No, he won't. He'll settle in behind the 08 of Cunningham. Reinstedel and Kostick now closing in as well. Here comes Kostick stepping out, trying to make a pass on the 11 of Reinstedel. And he will take away that position. Kostick clears the 11, moves up in the 6. It's as high as he's run all night. He is the points leader coming into tonight's race, tied for the most wins, and I believe tied for the most top 10s this season as well. And it's been a slow but methodical march to the front here for the 8. Knocking on the door of the top 5 for the first time all evening. He's going to look back to the low side here, trying to get under the 114. Kostick has a nose to the inside, he did for a second. Travis Bieber able to get just enough of a run to clear him, though, on the front straightaway. Kostick lunges it in there. The 114 shoots up the track. Now driving back down, trying to defend, is Travis Bieber. Kostick, a car length behind, trying to figure out a way around the 114. He continues to look low. There's a lot of free real estate down there, but can you get the throttle down in time off the corner? That becomes the question. Travis Bieber also contending with the 08 of Cunningham. Hensley looking to the inside of Kurtz for second. The 5 of Andy Kurtz under attack here from Hensley. Great battle going on for second place. Kurtz also in the mix here with Lyons, the top 3 cars. You can put a blanket over all of them. Here they go to the start-finish line. Start lap 63. Lucas Lyons, a car length advantage over Andy Kurtz. Same distance back to the 31 of Blake Hensley. His wall goes high. The 31 into the wall. He can't get free of it. And as he makes his way off of 2, here comes the rest of the field trying to clear him. Cunningham goes by. Travis Bieber goes by. Michael Kostick now looks to the inside here. Hensley, who looked like that car had been on rails the past 15 laps. Oh, the 114 in the wall. He nearly wipes out the 8 of Kostick as well. 4 wide now for a second. Down the start-finish line, Kostick closes out Hensley. An NBA-style box out there from the 8 to cut it down to 3 wide. Now it's down to 2x2. Kostick and Cunningham battling for 3rd. Hensley and Bieber battling for 5th. Now here comes the 114 with a good run to the outside. Things getting a little frantic here in the middle part of the top 10. Oh, more contact with the wall for the 114. He is having a really tough time getting off of turn 4 the past couple laps. So as he falls back into the clutches of Dustin Reinstedel, Hensley now on the back bumper of Kostick trying to get back into the top 4 here. You got Daniel Cunningham just ahead of them. It's a miracle none of those cars wrecked a couple laps ago when the 114 hit the wall. He hit it pretty hard and came right back down the 3 cars worth of traffic. Everyone navigates it cleanly that time, and things start to simmer down a little bit. Hensley on the back bumper still of Kostick. He knows that if there's any time to try and make his move, it would be now while they're all bunched together. It's hard to play offense and defense at the same time here if you're the 8 of Kostick, knowing that you want to get around Cunningham, but knowing you've got the 31 looming in your mirror. They'll make their way off of turn 4 here. Hensley look to the inside, now looking to the outside. Little over-under. Or a little under-over, I suppose. To the outside here of Kostick. Hensley has a nose to the outside on corner entrance. Will he be able to maintain it on exit? Not this time around, but he got a really good run. Now he's looking to the inside. Door to door they go into 3. Hensley down to the apron. He's going to try and slide up in front of the 8. And he will. There was not a big window, but Hensley made it work. Here comes Kostick back to the inside, though. That number 8 machine going to try and wheel it back down low here in 1 and 2. I believe Lucas Lyons, the leader at the time, has just come down pit road. He has fallen all the way back to the 16th position. Now is scored on pit road. Yeah, he's getting tires and fuel on that number 48 machine. One of the early takers for the pit cycle, along with the 24, the 11, and the 56. So green flag pit stops have begun here. Once again here on the back part of this race. Andy Kurtz has inherited the lead and a 1.5 second advantage over the 08 of Cunningham. Now Kurtz going to bring it down pit road. Same with Kostick. The 32 of Brett Bieber getting ready to stop as well. So a lot of cars deciding to stop and make it time to get some tires and fuel out here. You've got 4 sets off the wall. May as well use a few. So Blake Hensley inherits the lead now that he's gotten around the 08 of Cunningham. The 31 back to the point here, but with Kurtz and Kostick both down pit road, it'll be interesting to see how this all cycles out. Because this has not been a very coherent green flag pit cycle. Looks like we had about 3 or 4 cars, then a couple laps, another 3 or 4 cars. And if it keeps going in waves like this, it'll be really interesting to see how it all shakes out here with 50 laps to go from Kansas. Watching Matt Grenier here around the 94 of Bobby Hall. As you see Cunningham and Travis Bieber come down pit road now. So this is the battle for second on track, Grenier and Hall. Matt Grenier, a 9th, a 10th, and an 11th in the opening run of the playoffs here. It was good enough to advance to the second round, but right now, second by far, looking to be one of his better runs of the season. He's only got 1 top 5 to this point. He would love to add to it here. You got a second place at Richmond, currently running second. Now make it first as Blake Hensley peels down pit road, as does the 38 of Justin Ray. Now only 8 cars remaining on this pit cycle who have yet to come down pit road, led by the 15 of Grenier. And then it's both Bobby Hall and Tom Hall, second and third, Drew Prohl, Michael Cole, Alex Penn, Cody Anderson. The remaining cars yet to come down pit road as you see this battle for third here between Prohl and Tom Hall. They're both looking down on that low lane here. Neither one, though, going to bring it down pit road this time. The 93 goes low to block the 80. The 80 going to stay up on track. Now Prohl going to try and roll that outside. He's looking on the right side here of Hall. Got the nose ahead. He'll get the job done, and he'll move up in the P2 as Bobby Hall inherits the lead. Matt Grenier has come down pit road, the 15. So now it's Prohl, Tom Hall. Bobby Hall has come down pit road. So just about everyone has cycled through here. As you see, a couple of cars on fresh tires absolutely wheel it past the 80. That's the 08 of Cunningham and the 31 of Hensley. Working on lap 76 here. The OiL Xfinity Series live on Vspeed. Drew Prohl has the lead at the moment, but he has yet to come down pit road. Same with the 93 of Tom Hall. Looks like the 11, now 7 laps down, now make it 8. Something must have happened to the 11 of Dustin Reinstedel. I'm not entirely sure what happened to the 11. Maybe we can go and try and find that. But for whatever reason, the 11 might be done for the day. So Drew Prohl continuing to lead the way here. Yet to come down pit road. Going to try and stretch it. Maybe a caution comes out and he gets lucky, gets to trap some of the field a lap down, and maybe those who have already come down pit road have burned up enough of their stuff where they also consider coming down pit road. I think that's what the 80 is playing for here. Meanwhile, it sounds like producer Christian found what happened to the 11 of Dustin Reinstedel, who is currently scored off the track. He was coming down to get it. He was coming down pit road. Everything seems all nice and fine. Supposedly he comes down pit road and then just does not exit the pits. Oh, he spun and then binned it onto the inside pit wall and got towed back to his box. Something happened there on pit entrance. Flew on in there, bounced off the inside wall of pit lane, and that's where it all came apart. Take a look here at the onboard. Just flew into pit road and clipped the inside wall. That was bizarre. Well, that's what happened to the 11. We know that much, at least, but he is effectively out of this race now, scored 11 laps down. Drew Prohl still leading the way up front. He has yet to come down pit road, one of the few cars to do so. Then you jump back to Cody Anderson and Alex Penn there, second and third. That's where things get really interesting. I'm not entirely sure when they've come down pit road. They've been running different fuel strategies than the rest of the field basically all day. And then you jump back to Lyons and Kurtz, who had been in the lead before the pit cycle began, back on lap 68. So about 40 laps to go. Now make it 39 from Kansas Speedway. Time starting to run down. It looks like we got a decent battle for 8th going on. The 31 of Blake Hensley's got Travis Bieber and Daniel Cunningham all in the vicinity as well. So here is the battle for 8th as they run. Hensley's got Travis Bieber and Daniel Cunningham all on the scene here. And Drew Prohl will bring it down pit road finally. Alex Penn inherits the lead. The 31 gets way up to that outside wall. So does the 114. The 114 had problems, though. Daniel Cunningham rolls on by to take away that 7th spot. And he'll look to try and close in here on Hensley. Meanwhile, looking up front, Andy Kurtz, Lucas Lyons, the battle for what could be the provisional lead if the 30 has to come down pit road soon, underway. Lyons up high, Kurtz down low. He had a nose to the inside, couldn't keep it there. And now they'll both go high in 3 and 4. Kurtz running a lane lower. A little bit of fresh air gets him right to the back bumper of Lyons. The 5 has had trouble getting around the 48 all day, but could now be the moment. Less than half a car length separate the two. The 48 trying to run all the way up to the wall, the 5 peeking to the inside. He's got a nose that just hangs to the back corner of the 48. Slowly uses the side draft to reel himself alongside. A battle of wills at the moment between the 48 and the 5. And the 5 with a slide job cuts the nose off the 48. Kurtz takes away that 2nd spot, now making the lead as Penn comes down pit road. This is the battle for the lead here. Kurtz and Lyons. Kurtz had it for just a second. The 48 gets really loose up the track. Loses a ton of momentum. And Andy Kurtz now firmly in control of this race. And now car starting to cycle on through here. Tom Hall rolling to the inside of Lucas Lyons. Gonna roll on by. He is currently scored 2 laps down, but on some of the freshest tires in the field. So as they run here, Lucas Lyons currently scored in the 2nd position. He is our pole sitter today. Has led at 3 or 4 different times. Now has settled back into the 2nd position as they run with just over 30 laps to go. He won a few weeks ago at Pocono. Trying to get his 2nd win of the playoffs despite not being one of the playoff drivers this season. Meanwhile, Michael Kostick slowly creeping onto the scene here as well. He's sitting back in that 3rd position. Getting ever so much closer to try and get into the conversation here with the 48. It'll be 30 laps to go this time by. Looking off the hood here of Michael Kostick, you can see the gap up to Lucas Lyons here. About half a second, but closing. You see the 30 of Alex Penn just roar on by on those fresh tires. Jumping a little farther back in the field here. This is the battle for 10th. Justin Ray, Wes Wiegand. A couple of cars we haven't seen a ton of here tonight. Battling for the last spot in the top half of the field here. The 88 and the 38, both playoff drivers, both looking for every point they can get their hands on here tonight. And this one, no exception, as they battle it out for 10th. Ray leads by about 2 car lengths over the 88. '38 of Justin Ray coming off a season-best 4th place finish last week at the Chicago Street Course. Trying to add some more points to it here, as you also now have the 24 of Tony Iverson roll on by. He is a lap down, though, on fresher tires. So he'll cruise on by on his journey to try and get back on the lead lap. It's been a pretty clean race so far. Only the one yellow flag is flown for the stage caution at lap 40. 15 cars still on the lead lap. Going all the way back from the leader to Cody Anderson. Wiegand with a good run there off the corner. Ray looking to the inside here, trying to hold on to that spot. Gets down to the apron. Wiegand, though, going to try and roll that high side. Nowhere to go. He's into the fence. The 88 brushes up with the outside wall as he tried getting up alongside the 38. Somehow still manages to be side by side with Justin Ray down the backstretch. And now looking to the inside here is Wiegand. Brushing off that wall contact like it was nothing, and he'll take away that 10th spot from the 38 of Ray. Lucas Lyons bringing it down pit road. 48 making his way down into his box. Meanwhile, up front, Michael Kostick has taken the lead as Andy Kurtz also coming down pit road. The final pit cycle of the day has begun. It's been a race that has been highlighted by green flag pit cycles. And this battle that was just for 10th a minute ago now is scored as the battle for 6th. As you see Lucas Lyons get back on track there. Brett Bieber also coming down, or has just come down pit road. Looks like the 88 of Wiegand trying to make a stop. Big slide from Wiegand, but he's able to get it settled down and down to speed to make his way to pit road. Michael Kostick in his box as well. This is the final stop of the day for most of these drivers. Left side's down for Kostick, and he's away. Same deal with the 08 of Cunningham. So Blake Hensley has inherited the lead, but most of these cars have decided that it is time to come down pit road. Only a few takers remaining on track. Hensley, Grenier, Ray, Prohl, Penn, Anderson, and Michael Cole, the only cars yet to make their way down pit road. And now the 31 of Hensley brings it down pit road. The leader, same with the 15 of Grenier. Everyone knows that it is time to come down pit road and get it settled. Which means, with how early he stopped, the 24 of Tony Iverson might be in position here to make some noise up at the front of the field. We have not seen the 24 up front at any point really today. But he's already, I believe, made his final stop and has gotten great track position over Lucas Lyons and Andy Kurtz. It's going to be a matter of if he can hold on to it, I think. He's got about a 4.5 second gap back to Lyons. Although that timing tower really trying to get itself sorted out as now Justin Ray comes down pit road. So everyone's cycling through in a hurry. Drew Prohl, the 80 machine, will re-inherit the lead here with 21 laps to go. Very few cars left out on track who have yet to come down pit road. I believe it's just him, Penn, and Anderson. who have done a better job stretching it than anybody tonight, but there's no way they'll stretch it another 20 laps. Meanwhile, behind them, fifth and sixth, Lucas Lyons, Andy Kurtz. This battle will continue. Lyons consistently has had the better of Kurtz tonight, doing a really good job blocking the 5 at every turn. When this cycles through, it'll be the provisional battle for second as they run. Going down toward turns 3. On board here with the 5. You can see what he's trying to do to close that gap to the 48. Cuts off maybe another half a car length there through the center of the corner. Down to the apron he goes, looking to the inside. Now we'll pull back in behind the 48. The gap only a car length. Kurtz looks to the inside here. Can he get the move done on the back straightaway? No, he cannot. He'll have to settle back in behind the 48 for now. These two cars running 8.5 seconds back of Drew Prohl and running about 0.8 of a second back behind Tony Iverson, who would inherit the lead once Prohl, Penn, and Anderson come down pit road. They've closed that gap up to Tony Iverson in a heartbeat. And they might be battling for the provisional lead when it's all said and done here. Less than 20 to go from Kansas. Andy Kurtz diving to the inside here of Lucas Lyons. All the way down to the apron. He's got a nose ahead. Where's the 24 going to go in this scenario? Nowhere for the 48 to go. He's going to go high. Iverson stuck in the middle. Kurtz down to the inside. 3 wide for 4th place. And they will split around the 24 and remain in this battle like the 24 wasn't even a factor that time around. Kurtz continuing to try and make something happen on the inside lane here. Just does not seem to be working for him. As he again pushes up, trying to cut off the exit for the 48, and again it doesn't work. But he refuses to go away. He refuses to be denied. He continues to hang around the inside, looking for any opportunity to strike. And now the 48 finally will clear him. Great battle there between Lyons and Kurtz, and I don't think it's done yet. As Kurtz again looks to that inside lane. And he'll pull right up to the back bumper of the 48. Drew Prohl continues to lead here. As you can see, this battle for 4th closing in on 3rd place and Cody Anderson. They're going to roll right past him in a second here. How will they try and navigate this, and how will they navigate the 93 of Tom Hall just ahead of him? The 42 trying to get down out of the way. The 5 and the 48 continuing to duke it out. Lyons leads by just a hair. He goes all the way high. Tom Hall there as well. Nowhere for the 5 to go. He gets checked up in traffic. Lyons will get some distance from Kurtz. The 5 had absolutely nowhere to go there between Anderson and Tom Hall and lost a ton of momentum in the process. Now he's cleared the 93 as the 93 clips the wall in 4. Kurt's going to look to the inside here of Cody Anderson, but at this point the damage might be done. He sits 4/10 behind the 48. A lot of momentum was lost when he got caught in traffic. But now he reels them in again. A gap, a car length. Drew Prohl continues to lead out front. Alex Penn, the only car separating the leader between this battle for 3rd. 12 laps to go here from Kansas. About 18 miles. You're over 90% of the way done here. And we are certainly no closer to deciding who's going to win this race. That high side continues to be where the 48 runs, where he's found his best success tonight. The 5 of Andy Kurtz has been persistent at trying that inside lane, trying to get it to work. He's come close several times. He just has not been able to get it to stick. As they get around the 56 of Craig Schroeder, currently scored 16th, 1 lap down. 56 in the 5 nearly made contact there in the entrance of 3. That was almost really dicey. Luckily, everything gets all settled down, and the 48 with a big block there on the 5. Lyons and Kurtz giving each other absolutely no room out there. They continued the run for 3rd, but they're now a second closer to the leader than they were 2 laps ago. Lyons, the only thing he can see in his mirror right now is Andy Kurtz in the 5. Kurtz again dives to the inside. And whenever that car gets to the inside, it feels like it just stalls out a little bit. But this time, has his nose to the inside corner, but only temporarily. They've been battling most of the second stage of this race in this order, and Kurtz has just not been able to break through. You can see the gap up ahead. It's about a second to Penn and a second from him to Prohl. Drew Prohl and Alex Penn trying to do whatever they can to extend this as long as possible. Could they fuel strategy their way into a win? Or will a late caution throw everything on its head? Lyons and Kurtz continue to battle it out here. 8 laps to go. Andy Kurtz has looked low time and time again. And time again, it has not been able to work. Could it be sometime before the end here? Can he find that magical recipe that he needs to get the pass done on the 48? They've closed to within 2 seconds of the leader. While this battle continues, they continue to track down those in front of them. You can see on the outside shot there, Prohl and Penn getting a bit close together as well. Drew Prohl has had a great run here tonight from the lead. Can he catch him? Same deal with the 30 of Penn. He won last week at Chicago. He's closing in on the leader. We thought both of them might need to still come down pit road, but with 6 laps to go, maybe not. Here comes Michael Kostick into the picture as well, if this battle with Lyons and Kurtz wasn't enough. Keeping an eye on that relative with the leaders as well. Penn's cut it down to a 4/10 gap. 5 laps to go here from Kansas, the first race of the round of 12 in the OiL Xfinity Series. A playoff driver wins it, he will lock himself into the round of 8. Drew Prohl trying to get an incredible victory here, should he hold on. His best finish of the season was 3rd place at Talladega 2 weeks ago. Meanwhile, this battle up front, I mean, look at this. Lyons, Kurtz, Kostick. All 3 of these guys, nose to tail, battling it out for 3rd. Kurtz with a great run. Can he finally get it done here through the middle lane? The car just doesn't rotate. Now Kostick looks to the inside. The 8 making the 5 go from offense to defense. And now Kostick looks low. The 48 has planted his car in that high lane and has refused to budge. And because of it, he has not been able to get past here tonight. 3 laps to go from Kansas. Alex Penn has made it a 4/10 gap up at the front of the field. You can see the gap there, all 5 of these guys. Lyons has closed into 1.1 seconds. This is about to get a little hairy, I think. Penn has closed in on the leader. The 30, 2/10 back behind the 80 of Prohl. 2 laps to go. We've got a great battle for 3rd through 5th, but up front, Drew Prohl is trying to hang on for dear life. Less than 2 miles to go at this point. The 80 of Prohl trying to get his first ever OiL Xfinity Series win. He's got the 30 of Alex Penn closing in on his bumper. Contact deeper in the field, 3rd through 5th, all bouncing off each other. They're going to lose out big time. 1 lap to go here from Kansas. Drew Prohl, half a lap away. The 80 of Drew Prohl has had a rough start to the year. Just barely snuck into the playoffs. And now, as he makes his way through 3 and 4, Drew Prohl will wheel it off of turn 4 and pick up his first ever OiL Xfinity Series victory here at Kansas. Alex Penn takes 2nd, and then a great scrap for 3rd through 5th. Lucas Lyons, Andy Kurtz, Michael Kostick, great battling there for the final step of the podium. But it is the 80 of Drew Prohl who gets it done. Pit strategy worked out to a T for him tonight, and it's going to put him in victory lane for the first time. He'll lead 32 laps. I'll be honest, when that final pit cycle started, I didn't think the 80 had enough fuel to make it to the end, but boy, was I very wrong. A big-time win for the 80 of Drew Prohl locks him into the round of 8. Can't ask for a more timely first victory here in the OiL Xfinity Series. And he's going to burn it down on the start-finish line. Alex Penn also going to burn it down, I guess. A little 1-2 burnout action. Justin Ray also burning it down. Figured everyone decided it's just time to burn it down here tonight. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, the final results and interviews with our podium finishers. Don't go anywhere.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back. We just watched Drew Prohl pick up his first victory in the OiL Xfinity season. A great run for him tonight. And now, producer Christian, want to do interviews? Alrighty. Joining us now from Victory Lane, it is the 80 of Drew Prohl, first career OiL Xfinity Series victory. Congratulations, Drew. I mean, we just got to talk to you for the first time a couple weeks ago at Dega. Now, in Victory Lane, what are you feeling?
I ain't got no knuckles left. I'm sweating. I only had 0.2 gallons coming to the line. Yeah, it's just crazy.
So that alludes to what I was going to ask you next, which was, admittedly, during that final run, we weren't talking about you a ton because I had assumed that you were going to need to make another stop down pit road. How intense was the fuel save on your part in that final 25 laps?
Honestly, it was not as intense as you think it would be until the final, I would say 10 to 15 laps. I realized that I needed about another lap and a half, and I went into super hard saving mode and trying to keep Alex behind me because I knew that he was good. He's my teammate, and he kind of set up this whole strategy for us. I didn't follow through on the first leg, but I decided that during the second run I'd see if I could stay with him, and I ended up only pitting one lap before him, so I knew that I had a chance.
Yeah, and I mean, that chance was all you needed because you went out and grabbed it. I do have to ask you, you're trying to fuel save while knowing that you've got cars bearing down on you. How do you balance, when the fuel save versus when to push it knowing that they were closing in?
I really just kind of kept saving and saving. Alex got close. I got a really good corner and I picked up some more speed. I was like, sweet. And then crew chief James said, "Hey, we got one lap to go." And I was at 1.3. I was like, "What? One lap to go? All right, we're full throttle. No clutch. I'm full sending it."
Well, full sending it on that final lap is exactly what you needed to do. You bring home your first ever win, and you punch your ticket, I believe, to the round of 8, if my math is correct here. What does that mean for you, knowing how tough the start of the season was to now be in one of the final 8 cars racing for a championship?
It feels great. Darlington I think, was going to be my playoff killer. I think that would have knocked me out.
Well, now you don't have to worry about it because you're already locked in. So congratulations on that front. Anyone you'd like to thank or shout out before we let you go celebrate your victory here tonight?
I mean, I can't thank Alex for the strategy enough. I mean, I kind of stole it from him because I really didn't go with him in the beginning. But I mean, he was on point with the calculations. James for keeping us up to date on Lucas and Andy battling so hard. Believe I heard Andy say that he thought he was racing Lucas for the win, and then he realized he wasn't. Um, MVD, GG's, CSM, everybody over at Cornerstone. I also got to let you know it's not Prol, it's Prail. It's a little
Oh,
different.
baby. That's rough. That's a rough thing to only realize now. You said
But
Prail?
Prail. I've been called Prol all my life through high school, everything. So
Alrighty. Again, sincere apologies about that. If you ever catch me doing that again, please DM me. Let me know.
nah, you're good.
I feel bad for letting it get this deep into the season and not knowing that. Okay.
I never get to
Trail.
talk.
Gotcha.
I never get to talk, and I didn't think
Well,
about it last time.
hopefully, I'll get it right moving forward here. But either way, Drew, congratulations on your victory. Impressive stuff there tonight. And we hope you see you again in the booth real soon.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good one.
You too. And that was Drew Prail, our winner here tonight from Kansas Speedway. As a broadcaster, I think that's your actual worst nightmare, to get this deep into a season and then learn that you've been getting the name wrong the entire time. That's a rough go, let me tell you. But finishing second place tonight, the man who almost went back to back after winning last week at Chicago, coming up just a position short tonight, the 30 of Alex Penn. Alex, congrats on the podium. Talk us through your night. You had a chance there late. The fuel strategy that you and Drew were working on seemed to be the right call.
I'm a little sick of finishing second to people on these fuel strategy races, um, especially on
Happened a
the
couple
old.
times tonight, or
It's
not tonight, but a couple
it's
times this
happened too
season.
many times. But yeah, I shouldn't have said anything to Drew. We were in the channel together, and super proud of him for picking up his first win so far in OIL. pretty cool to see. I don't mind finishing second to him because now we got him locked into the round of 8, and hopefully he can make the final 4.
Yeah, and I mean, not to outdo it. I mean, you yourself came into tonight second in points. You won the stage, and then you get second place here tonight after leading a few laps. I mean, outside of the win, you basically did everything you could on the points front here to improve your standing. Does that give you some confidence going into Darlington and Texas, knowing that points-wise you'll probably be in pretty good shape?
Yeah, we're feeling pretty good about the next couple of races. If we just get through them clean, we should be locked in essentially. Then it's just gonna be we're kind of mainly focused on the round of 8 right now, and if we really need to, we'll worry about Texas.
You know, that is probably the best way to go about it. You don't want to get the sights too far ahead and miss what's directly in front of you. I do have to ask you, because you alluded to it a little bit earlier, and I hate to bring it up, but I feel like we've got to. You've got 3 wins this season on the road courses, and you've got 3 oval runner-up finishes. What's it going to take for you to get that last little spot, that last little bit you need to get into victory lane on one of these ovals?
Probably a bumper.
Candid. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, it certainly seems like you've done just about everything right. Just the luck hasn't quite been there when you needed it to.
Yeah, hopefully it'll if we make the final 4, hopefully we'll get the win there instead. I don't if we can win it there, then I don't care how many times I finish second.
Yeah, you got to start lobbying for them to make it like Phoenix Rallycross or something.
Yeah, exactly.
But congratulations on the podium, Alex. Anyone you'd like to thank or shout out before we let you go on your way here?
Absolutely. Guys over at Cornerstone Motorsport, like I said, especially Drew, he put on a clinic tonight essentially in fuel saving. He did a great job. Aerial Professionals of Western North Carolina, Function Junction Smoke Shop, GG's of Waynesville, North Carolina, Mountain View Detail.
Well, yeah. Well, again, congratulations on the podium there, Alex, and we hope to see you again in the booth real soon. We might have just lost him. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I think he got to shout out all the sponsors, which was the important thing. So that was second place finisher Alex Penn, and joining us now in the booth for tonight, our final podium finisher, the 48 of Lucas Lyons, who had one hell of a scrap going on there for third between you, Andy Kurtz, and Michael Kostick. Lucas, congrats on the podium. Talk us through that battle in the closing 25 laps. That was looking like it was a little hectic.
Honestly, it kind of was. At first, Andy was kind of working with me to catch the leaders, and in my head, I was like, all right, well, if he's going to work with me to try to catch him, I'll definitely take that. You know, we're affiliate teammates and all that. But once it got down to 15 to go, and I was looking at what laps they actually put it on, I was like, well, this is going to be the race for the lead. And hopefully the win. So I really didn't want to get behind them and start running because I knew I'd probably end up burning my stuff up trying to get around them again due to how important kind of clean air is in my opinion here. And yeah, they saved enough. I honestly can't believe both Drew and Alex saved that much. And so kudos to both of them. But yeah, it was honestly really, really hectic.
Yeah, we were watching that battle most of the end of the race, to be honest with you, because much like yourself, Christian and I up here in the booth also thought that the 80 and the 30 were going to have to come down pit road before the end of this one. So they proved quite a few people wrong. But we were watching that battle with you and Kirsten and Kostick getting in there late. It was a blast. Talk to me just kind of as a whole, though. I mean, it seemed like you had a car that no matter whenever you came off of pit road, you could drive your way back to the front because you had the overtake for the lead like 3 or 4 times tonight.
Yeah, I honestly don't know where that came from. I'm actually in a hotel room, so it's not the normal setup I'm quite used to. But honestly, like when I got on the top and I got as close to the wall as I could without really getting into it, it honestly felt like it had a lot of speed. And Man, I guess me running in SWM on Sunday, which was actually the same car at the same track, kind of helped out, even though I ended up getting wrecked out of that race. So, yeah, um, car was on rails. I don't really know what else to say about that.
Well, I mean, it came across. You led 37 laps tonight. You retook the lead multiple times. Overall, pretty solid run for you. And, it's been a pretty good couple of weeks for you between winning Pocono and then the top 10 at Talladega, now tacking on a podium here. It feels like you're really cresting at the right time here late in the season. How do you feel about Darlington next week, knowing the challenges that a track like that presents?
No, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry so bad. I am not the greatest at Xfinity at Darlington, so I'm definitely gonna have to put a lot of practice in. Um, there, I'm racing for the non-playoff bonus again in Xfinity. I'm not gonna do it in the Cup just because I know I'm not good at those three tracks. So hopefully this good run can help me in a good way if I don't perform well at Darlington. Um, so yeah, I'm really really nervous going in.
That's fair. Well, it is a challenging track, but at least you'll be going into Darlington with something that a lot of folks may not have, which is the momentum of a podium finish the week prior. But either way, congratulations on the run you put together tonight. It was a really strong effort for you in the 48 car. Anyone you'd like to thank or shout out while we got you up in the booth?
I want to go ahead and thank Bandits, everyone over there in C2. I want to thank Top Tier. I want to thank Cofield Asphalt Refinishing, Scott Oliver Racing, and actually Scotty hanging out in my hotel room and watching the race. I want to thank Southeast Tutoring on our home loans, SM Racing Products. If you use code Bandits1 at checkout, you can save $20 on anything over 150 in your card. It helps out the whole Bandits team and helps you save a little bit of money also. And I want to thank you all for putting this on, and Alex and Dave and everyone over at OiL who puts work in each week. I want to thank also everyone else who comes out and watches, friends, family, people I don't know. You all mean a lot to everybody over here in the league.
Well, congratulations on the podium finish there, Lucas. Was a really strong run for you tonight, and we hope to see you again in the booth here real soon.
Thanks, man.
And that was Lucas Lyons, our third place finisher here tonight, just barely beat out Andy Kurtz and Michael Kostick. But that gives us time to look at our overall final results here tonight from Kansas Speedway. The first race of the round of 12 here tonight, won by Drew Prohl, who brings it home in the number one spot after starting 7th. Alex Penn finishes second here tonight, just ahead of Lucas Lyons. Andy Kurtz, Michael Kostick, your top 5. Blake Hensley brings it home 6th place tonight in the 31. Daniel Cunningham in 7th. Cody Anderson 8th. Tony Iverson 9th. And Bobby Hall Jr. rounding out the top 10. In 11th, it was Travis Bieber, who had a really good run most of the day, just kind of fell off a little bit late. The 32 of Brett Bieber will be 12th, just ahead of Matt Grenier. Justin Ray and Wes Wiegand round out the top 15 as the last cars on the lead lap. And then you've got Craig Schroeder, Michael Cole, Tom Hall, all a lap or two down, and Dustin Reinsettel, who went out early with damage. They're in 19th. So, 26 lead changes tonight, most of which under the pit cycle, but we had some good battling up front all night long. And that does bring us to the driver of the day. And, producer Christian and I had a quick second to chat over the commercial break, and nominated today, while Drew Prohl does have a good claim to it for his good strategy that led him to the race victory, for the overall pace and speed that he showed today and the ability to make things happen, the 48 of Lucas Lyons has earned the Driver of the Day tab from producer Christian and I. Really strong run there for the 48 to bring it home on the podium. Big shout out, though, as well to the 80 of Drew Prohl, who won today's race. that fuel strategy was only half the battle. He had to go out there and actually get it done from there. So both of those guys, really strong runs, both worthy recipients of shout-outs here in the Driver of the Day category. But I do believe that is going to do it here for us tonight from Kansas Speedway. Looking ahead, 2 more races in the round of 12. Next week, it is Darlington Speedway. It will be 9 p.m. Eastern, and that race will be happening on Tuesday as well. That race Tuesday, February, Jesus, that is several months wrong. Tuesday, May 7th. Wow, I don't know where I pulled February from. Tuesday, May 7th, 9 p.m. Eastern is the race at Darlington for the second race of the round of 12. The OiL Series also has their Truck Series on Monday at 9 p.m. and Cup Wednesday at 9 p.m. here on Vspeed. And if you're not already, subscribe to Vspeed. Why not? You know, we got racing here basically every day of the week. Variety of different leagues, classes, cars, etc. This is the place you'd like to be for all your sim racing needs. So come on by and hang out with the Vspeed crew just about every night of the week. There's always something going on. But for everyone here at Vspeed and for everyone with the OiL Xfinity series and for producer Christian alongside me here, I've been Alex Gagnon saying thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's playoff race from Kansas Speedway. And we'll see you next week at Darlington.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And here comes Milo. Big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
The wheel gets burned!
Cabot, where did he come from? Here comes Slack.
A push from the 33.
It's a drag race.